Before we get to the speakers, I want to introduce to you probably the most important person who's made it possible for us to be here today. He's the CEO of this college, of Greater Brighton Metropolitan College, and a fairly mean runner himself as well. I won't go into his times because he'll get embarrassed. I'm going to hand you over to our CEO. I'm very proud to say he's here today, Mr. Nick Juba. If you would give it up for him a little bit. You change your mind.
Got more people than I thought. Hello everyone, and thanks for that, Matt. I'm going to keep this really, really short. I just want to say hello and welcome to Brighton, welcome to our college. I can't say actually how pleased I am that this is taking place. It's half term here at the college, and to see this space used by you, a collection of experts, a collection of people who are interested in running, is exactly what I want our college to be about. So we're a pretty large college. We're based on 5 sites. We teach about 15,000 students every year in vocational, professional and technical education. That includes sport. We're very proud of that. So, you know, a big part of what we do is helping the next generation. And not wanting to contradict that in terms of face-to-face learning, but all of our learning is face-to-face. We have 15,000 students every year who come and benefit from exactly that real human interaction. So I hope you have a wonderful time over the next couple of days. If there's anything that you need from the college, then just come and ask. As I say, it's half term, but there'll be plenty of my staff around, so do that. So 2 things I wanted to say about why I was keen for this event to be hosted here. The first is because as a centre of learning, of teaching and learning, it feels to me really important that evidence-based teaching and learning is a core part of what we do, and so to invite any other people who are interested in that same space feels right to me. And the second reason is entirely personal, which is that Matt reckons he can get me around the Brighton Marathon in under 3 hours, and that's the quid pro quo for hosting the event here today. So it seemed like a reasonable swap. So have a wonderful time. I don't want to take up the time of your good speakers, but please enjoy yourselves and give me a shout if there's anything I can do to help.
Brilliant, thanks Nick, that's great. If he goes to a gym, of course. Did you hear that? If you go and do some strength training. But there'll be more of that, I'm sure people will talk about that today. There is a cover to that. Great, so okay, I'm feeling a bit more relaxed now. I've mentioned the fire drill, you've heard Nick, so I think therefore we can proceed, and there's anything I've forgotten. No, we can start bringing on the speakers. So first speaker today, there's going to be 15 minutes in between each, which I've purposely done for 2 reasons. One, I can introduce them a bit because I'm so happy they're here and I just want to sing their praises. And secondly, it gives you guys time to network, to go out and see our fantastic exhibitors, have a little chat to them, to Run 3D. Jessica and Ken are out there, and also to Sports Injury Fix with Malcolm and Tom and Mike, and also Elevator out there as well. So it gives you time to just have a little look around. It brings us to our first speaker. So I'm so happy he is opening up the ceremony. I'm sure many of you know him as the face or the mouth behind the Physio Matters Podcast. I've grown up with Jack in the sense of from the early years on Twitter. We were part of like a collective of people who were there with the explosion on Twitter on trying to get evidence-based. So I've seen and listened to with pleasure the Physio Matters podcast from the beginning, and it inspired me, along with all the fantastic guests that Jack's had, to get into this and to try and help spread the message. And often we reminded each other that even though it feels like we're getting there with our downloads, and when we see people like you today, we are just a drop in the ocean, so we need to keep pushing. So this is part of that machine, and the great work he's doing with the big R's and reforming MSK. So Jack is going to welcome you now. I think that's it. Let's bring on Jack. A round of applause for Jack. Thank you.